Hi guys, it's Caleb from Rokblokz. I'm here today with a 4th generation Ram dually. I'm going to show you how to install our step back brackets and mud flaps for this truck. If you want to come up close, I'll show you what you're going to get with your kit, and then we'll pre-assemble the flaps and the backing stickers for the logo, and then we'll go ahead and move to the car and get them installed. So we're going to take the rear one, line it up with the rear how you would, and then we're going to take this vinyl and stick it in between those sets of holes, so that way it will cover the entire logo. Lay it as flat as you can. Won't really matter, it'll be kind of sandwiched in between there. We'll do the same with the front. Get kind of a general idea of how our flap is going to sit. You're going to have the kind of chamfered side on the inside of the flap, and then this will be your exterior. So we'll go ahead, get that one peeled off as well. Alright, and now while we're at the work table, we'll go ahead and flip these over to the smooth side. And then the hardware that you're going to get with your kit is you're going to get some short little machine screws and some flange nuts that we're actually going to press into the smooth side. So you'll just take them, line up the hex shape, and just press them in by hand. Should be pretty easy to do. If you need, you can use the back side of like a screwdriver or a rubber mallet to kind of help tap them in. You just want to make sure that they're aligned if you're using a tool. You're going to need 8 of these for the front and 10 of them for the rear on this dually. Alright, now with those all pressed in, you can mount them after you've mounted the brackets to the car if you want a kind of a smaller package, but we're going to go ahead and mount these on the bench here. You just want to make sure that you align the exterior edges and make sure that they're nice and square with it. So we'll go ahead, get that started. Going to get that started by hand. And you want the textured side facing outward. Now that we're done at the workbench, we'll go ahead and go over to the vehicle and start with the front. Alright, now that we're towards the front of the vehicle, you'll want to go ahead and remove these 2 OEM bolts. We're going to go ahead and then we'll put some washers on them and reuse them. You can either use an 8mm or a 5/16 wrench to undo them. So we'll go ahead, get those out of our way so we can mount the flap. Oh, jeez.
You okay? Maybe you should just fold that in so that you don't.
I know that it's there. Alright. Well, I hit my retard button. Okay, well, now that I'm done feeling stupid. Alright, now that we've got the hardware removed, we're going to go ahead and mount the flap. You'll take one of the screws that you removed, place a washer over it, and then we'll go ahead and we're just going to start with the bottom here and just hand tighten that back into the OEM hole just to get it a couple of turns just to support itself. We'll take the top bolt, do the same as well. Get that a few turns in just before snug. And you can go ahead and take your level, and you can either hold it at the bottom or you can hold it up along in here and just adjust that so it's level and then also to your liking. I personally like to add just a little bit of camber in so that way it matches the natural angle of the tire. So you just kind of go ahead, get that adjusted to your liking, and then snug it down. after those are snug, you'll want to double check the little bolts along the back side. Take a 1/8 inch Allen key and just tighten those all snug as well. Alright, after everything's snug, you can then move to the rear. Now that you're towards the rear of the vehicle, you'll want to come to the back side of your fender liner. You'll want to mark about 1 3/4 in this way and about 1 inch off the bottom ledge here. We're going to go ahead, take a 1/4 inch drill bit and drill right through that X. Make it as precise as you can, but you don't have to be overly precise as the hole is oversized to allow for some slop and adjustment. Alright, and for the exhaust side, you can go ahead and take your 1/8 inch tool and tighten the inner 4. Just kind of an ease of install, so that way you don't have to fight around the exhaust. You can snug those up, just making sure that this exterior edge is lined up. And then you'll want to go ahead and remove these 2 OEM screws like we did on the front, just the lower 2 here. As you can see, we have our inner mounting point there. We'll go ahead, throw some washers on these, and then we'll begin mounting up the bracket. Go ahead, back through, align it with this lower hole here. Couple of turns in so it'll help support it. Grab your other one. Go ahead and also get that in a few turns. Alright, and then we're going to take our supplied 25mm button head with a washer, and then we'll take the other washer and the lock nut and put it on the back side. We'll go through our hole on the inside here, and then just reach around to the back side and put on the lock nut. Alright, with that hand started, now go ahead, start tightening the exterior 2 here, and we'll use these to set the angle that we want in our offset and just adjust it to our liking. Again, checking with the level and potentially adding just a little bit of camber to match the natural camber in the wheel. So we'll go ahead, add a few turns snug, take our level, get it to where it is, maybe just a little bit of camber, and then tighten those down fully. Alright, with those snugging in place, then we can go ahead and do our final tightening on this inner one. You'll need a 10mm socket, and then you'll also need a 4mm Allen key. Alright, so we'll go ahead and put our 10mm on the nut on the back side here. And then take our 4mm and just snug that up. With that nice and snug in place, you're done. You can repeat those same steps for the other side of the vehicle. And yeah, there you go.